I gotta start calling you Dr. Mitra now. If you're calling me Dr. Tamara, I'm gonna have to.
I have to remind myself.
It's all good.
Well, we are good buddies, and we tend to geek out together. So what we're doing now is a happy hour to answer questions. Well, what I'm going to do is lower all hands, and then I'm going to ask you to raise your hand if you have a question, and I will let you unmute yourself and ask the question. Maybe that's the best way to do it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am now able to get you guys to speak. Okay, go ahead.
I heard that.
Who's with us? Give us your name and ask the question.
My name is Sarah, and I was just wondering, does it expire, Juice Plus, over several years? Like if you had some from a few years ago, could you just pick it up and start using it now, or would you need to buy some more?
I would use it. What do you think, Mitra? I would use it.
Yeah, unless you opened the bottles and left them out in the sun or something, or the only reason it would be bad is even if it's closed, you're pretty good. You know, chances are you haven't done much harm to it. Once it's open though, once you open the bottle, you know, a couple of months later, it's not going to be the same value. Having said that, it's still going to be better than a bag of chips. Now, you know what I mean? But if it's been closed and it hasn't been like sitting out in a 200-degree weather or something, it's probably fine. Just keep eating it. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Honestly, I don't think there's any expiration date. It just goes down so slowly that even a long time later, there's still so much potency. It's worth taking as long as it's been sealed and in a cool place.
Okay. Thank you.
It's Mary.
Go ahead.
Dr. Tamara, has there been any research with regard to the immune system, specifically with the gut microbiome and Juice Plus that you know of?
In progress.
Okay.
Very cool stuff. Multi-centered microbiome, aging, all sorts of interesting stuff is in works. Yes.
Good.
They're not published yet.
Okay.
Awesome. Who else?
Happy hour, Mitra. What happened to happy hour?
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't have a chance. I got so flustered with technology, I didn't even have a chance to make myself a drink.
Well, see, there you go. You clearly, clearly should.
I need some of that, I need 8 minutes of meditation right about now.
Yeah. Technology will do that to us. It really does.
Okay, Lori, do you have a question?
Hi, yes, I have a customer that has stage 4 peritoneal cancer. And I'm wondering, I'm recommending that she double up, triple up on her Juice Plus, but has there been any studies done around the actual capsule itself? Would it be an advantage to actually take the powders out of the capsule?
It's such a minor point compared to what you're asking about. I mean, the capsule dissolves really easily and quickly. It's just not an issue. You can open it. The capsule is there to protect the product from light, from oxygen, from moisture. As soon as you're going to take it, the capsule no longer is needed, but it's convenient. So it doesn't matter either way if you open it or not. Let's just leave the capsule question at that.
Okay, I was just thinking that it might be one extra step that the gut has to manage, but if it's not something that's problem.
No, that vegan capsule is going to dissolve even faster than the previous version of the gelatin capsules. It's a plant-based capsule. It's just going to disappear.
But I will add that the red and the berry and the fruit capsules have no taste at all. The powders have no taste. You can put them in anything and you won't notice it. The green's bitter, as it should be. So put the green in salad dressing or on salad or on broccoli or whatever your kids or your folks will eat. It's bitter, but you can't open them just as easily as take them. But the capsules, like Mitra said, dissolve really quickly. They're not an issue.
Thank you.
Sure. Sarah, you want to go next? Sarah Benjamin?
Oh, I got all my questions answered.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you so
okay.
much.
I see. I'm not keeping track. Okay, somebody on a Galaxy Note 8. I don't know who you are, but
whoa.
Can you
You
hear me?
got some feedback on that Galaxy Note 8.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Elizabeth. I actually,
Elizabeth.
You have to take
oh,
yourself
there's a
off
big
speaker or
echo.
off Zoom, one or the other.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Have to be me, huh?
Yep.
So basically, I just signed on today. I'm very excited to be a part of this group. And yeah, I'm so excited. It's crazy, right? I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. I just recently found out myself that I have inflammation in my body that's causing more problems than I ever thought I could ever had. So basically, you know, having the opportunity to try these products now and be able to experience them and then pass it on to other people that could get benefits from it, it's like a great deal for me. It really is.
I agree. It's a great deal for me too.
Elizabeth, that's great. You joined us. And
today,
I have to say that you are not alone. Most people have inflammation. You've just been diagnosed, which is nice to know, but you can pretty much bet that most people have some gut inflammation in their gut. And that's why we have created this Shred 10 program, not only just using our products, but the Shred 10 is a great lifestyle program. You can find out more information about that.
yes,
And
I actually saw some. I did.
perfect. That lifestyle, that program is created to really reduce inflammation in the gut. And the products will absolutely help you in that direction.
Yes.
And it makes your microbiome so happy and puts back really healthy microbiome. The Shred 10 is great for that because you remove the things that are bothering a good microbiome and creating inflammation, and you add all the foods and the healthy things that your microbiome are craving. And so all of that together works kind of like magic. It's very profound.
Yes, I have been educating myself and things like that, and I just found out about microbiome literally yesterday. Like I just heard this for the first time, and I've been studying and researching stuff to help myself for a while now.
It sounds like you're in the right place at the right time, and I'm very glad for you.
It looks that way, Doctor. It looks that way, and I'm very happy.
I have a microbiome talk under the Healthy Living Revolution video library. If you look at all the resources in the Healthy Living Revolution, there's a video library, health talks, and one of them is my microbiome talk, and I really think you'll enjoy that. It'll put things in perspective for you. Because there's a lot of literature you'll read about. You'll read a lot of stuff. For instance, one of my pet peeves is the word prebiotics, like it's some kind of fancy term. I just want to tell you, you know what prebiotics are? Plants with fiber and phytonutrients. That's prebiotics. It's not that fancy. Okay.
Yeah, eat an onion and you'll be good.
Yes, exactly. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Elizabeth. All right, sure, welcome. Brandy, do you have a question? Okay, we'll move on to Mark. Let me just, Mark, you've had your hand raised. Mark, going once, going twice. Okay, how about Robin Grant? I'm going to, Robin, do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, Dr. Sachs, thank you so much for the talk. It was really fantastic.
You're welcome.
Really grateful. And I wanted to ask a question that is about, I run into people who have had a lot of problems processing vegetables in the past, and I was one of those people. When I started on Juice Plus, that changed over a period of about 4 months, but I'm the kind of person that kind of jumps into solutions, and so I find that a lot of the people I meet who have that problem have been suffering for such a long time. They're really hesitant to try Juice Plus, and so I wondered if there's a certain information I could give them that would encourage them, like that they could look at, that would encourage them to actually give it a try, because it seems to be quite a common problem with people who have had gut dysbiosis and this type of thing.
I think you're referring to the idea that certain foods don't agree with people, like broccoli and kale or Brussels sprouts. Is that what you're referring to? That certain foods upset or used to upset your stomach?
Not exactly. Like it's mostly, I find people who have had like long-standing gut problems, and then they just say, pretty much all vegetables bother them, that type of idea. And
Okay.
so I had that issue too before Juice Plus for most of my life, but it cleared up.
I see patients all the time in the office, and probably the number one complaint along with fatigue is gut problems all the time. So I'd be curious to know what Mitra does, but what I do is I change their diet. I get rid of, wheat and gluten, dairy and gluten rather, for, about a month at least, and maybe more, but at least a month. No gluten, no dairy. Those are FODMAP foods, if you will. Those are fermentable foods. Those are problematic foods. They're also inflammatory foods. And then I have them just start with the purple and the red, the berry and the fruit Juice Plus, because those don't bother anybody's guts. It's always the green. The green capsules do bother people who are not used to eating raw greens. If you've never eaten, if you don't eat raw salads or raw anything, then getting 8 different raw things that are, half of them cruciferous, your microbiome is not ready for that. So if you start with the red and the purple, the fruit and the berry, and give your gut a chance to heal, really. So you take out the inflammatory foods, the wheat and the dairy, and you give the really great foods with all the prebiotics that Mitra doesn't like to talk about, and give your body the fiber. The microbiome starts to get healthier and healthier. Then after either a few days or a week, somewhere in that range, the greens are not a problem anymore. But if you start someone out who's got a bad gut with 2 greens a day, a lot of people, not a lot, some people doesn't feel good and they don't continue. If they kept taking it, they'd be fine in a few days too. The gut will adapt. But I get it. People are nervous. They've had bad experiences. So just start them on the red and the purple only. Put the green aside for a week or so. Clean up the diet, and then add the green at some point later. And it always works.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mitra, does that work for you too?
Yeah, that really helps.
Yeah, and I'm going to add my 2 cents worth. I like to ask people, are you the kind of person that just wants to, power through, or do you want to take things slow because you're nervous and whatever, just what's your personality like? What's your lifestyle like? Or, what else is going on? Are you working so hard that you can't possibly pay attention to your diet, or can you hunker down? Can you give me 3 days to really make some significant changes, or do you want to slowly make changes? If a person wants to slowly make changes, then what Dr. Tamara suggested is your best option. But for some people are aware, it doesn't sound like that's who you're talking about, Robin, but there are other people, I just want to tell you, that get excited and understand a detoxification, or basically what we call die-off of the wrong kind of bacteria. When you start feeding the good guys the greens, then they decide, we're going to have sex and multiply, which is going to help clean up the bad guys, but that's going to be not comfortable for you. So I tell people 3 days. It takes 3 days to significantly change your physiology. If you can give me 3 days of suffering, you can come out of that on the other side of 3 days. If you can be very disciplined for 3 days, then you will feel a lot better. Or you can just slowly, gradually ease into this. But when people say they have allergies to certain foods, I want you to understand what they're talking about is a leaky gut. Basically, undigested food is getting into their, blood serum and triggering their immune system, because they have openings in their gut lining that should not be there. Those openings, we have to close them up. And that's why the Shred 10 program is designed to do exactly what Dr. Tamara just said. You have to give up wheat and dairy. You have to give up gluten and dairy to seal those gaps back up again. And so the slow program that she suggested is also a great way to go with people that are timid about vegetables, but they have to still give up dairy and gluten. And then after that, slowly introduce the vegetables. So it depends on which way you want to go. If you want to go get right through it, then give up gluten and dairy and start eating lots of vegetables. And I've had people just, really suffer for 3 days and get over it. Like on the other side, it's just so much better after the third day, or you can slowly get to it. You know, we started a little bit late, and we're gonna take one more question because it's late where Dr. Sachs is, and I don't want to keep her up all night. So let's take one more question. Let's see, who do we have here left? I am going to Carl Palmer. I just allowed you to ask a question.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, it's a two-part question. The first part question is, now the capsule with the greens and the veggies that's mixed with it, how uncontaminated are those? Meaning, like, are they touched, or how nutrition are there for you? Good. I mean, how nutrition are there for you? The green capsules.
They're very nutritious. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking there, but
I mean, like, okay, because it's in the capsule form. You know, growing up, they always say if you don't eat it raw, putting it in the capsule doesn't serve much of the nutrients value as eating it raw. So basically, what I'm saying.
In the old days, that was true, but the Juice Plus company has perfected this amazing technology that has superseded that old wives' tale kind of stuff. So no one is saying, and I want to be very clear here, Juice Plus does not replace eating well. It's a complement to eating well. It's a supplement. It bridges the gap between what we do eat and the 7 to 13 servings that most of us don't get at least every day. I get them when I'm home, when things are calm and I've got time, but I'm busy and I travel a lot and I don't get those 7 to 13 servings under certain circumstances. So I'm grateful for my Juice Plus for bridging the gap. Does it replace eating salad? No. I mean, a capsule is not a salad. It's not the same thing. But the concentration of nutrition in these capsules far exceeds what I can eat in a day. I can't eat that many fruits, vegetables, and berries in a day. I can't afford to buy 30 raw fruits, vegetables, and berries in a day that are organic and chew them and absorb them. I just, so the capsules are very potent. They're very nutritious. When you take the water out of something, it becomes very small. I mean, not to offend anybody, but when you die and you are cremated, you can fit a 300-pound man into an urn this big.
Right.
We're water. So when you take out the water, it fits in a capsule. Is it the same? No. Is it better than what you're probably doing now? By far, by far and away. So do both. Try to eat better, eat as much as you can of healthy stuff, but also bridge the gap between what you know you're not getting and what you need with Juice Plus capsules.
Right, and I just want to add to that Juice Plus basically is tested. Dr. Sachs already talked about how it's tested. We're not just saying it, it's tested to show that we can see increases of these nutrients in your blood, but it's also tested for purity. So there's no toxins known to mankind are in it. It's also tested to make sure it doesn't have microbes in it either. So your question about, is it pure? Is it clean? Has anyone touched it? It's very clean. It's cleaner than any, it's cleaner than any organic produce that you're going to buy in the grocery store. It's actually something I tested myself. I paid a lot of money to test it, and it turns out to be 10 times cleaner than certified organic standards. Well, Dr. Sachs, I just really want to thank you I know it's very late where you are on the East Coast, but I appreciate you being here with us this late and answering all these questions and giving us a tremendous insight into our immune system. And next week we have, for dinner and a movie, we have Stephen Ritz. He's a very exciting speaker. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. And the following week is Tim Blank. And all of this is leading up to Juice Plus Live, where Dr. Sachs will speak again the final Thursday of this month. All right, everyone. Maybe not the final Thursday. Sorry, the 23rd. Okay. Thank you. And good night, everyone. Appreciate you being here. And sorry for all the technical challenges, but hey, we're here. We did it. And good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mitra. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.